send. His mother had always worried about him, especially in recent weeks. She had sensed the heaviness in his voice, the long silences during their calls. A mother's heart always knows. But Menglong chose silence. He couldn't tell her that he was caught between truth and survival. He couldn't tell her that the industry he loved had become the very thing he feared. Instead, he lifted his chopsticks again, forcing himself to finish the meal. Bite after bite, he tried to savor it, the warmth, the texture, the taste of something real in a world that had become so fake. Every swallow was a small prayer. Let this moment last a little longer. Let me feel normal just once more. But meals end, and so did his peace. As he stood to leave, the restaurant owner, a gentle old man with silver hair, called out, "Take care, Menglong. Come back soon." Menglong froze for a moment. His throat tightened. The words felt heavier than usual, almost prophetic. He forced a smile, nodded politely, and stepped into the fading daylight. The streets buzzed with life. Cars honked, children laughed, vendors shouted. To the world, it was just another day. But to Menglong, it felt like the world was singing its last lullaby to him. His driver was waiting, door open, ready to take him to the conference hall. The ride was silent. He leaned his head against the window, watching the city blur by. Every corner, every light, every face felt strangely final, like a slideshow of memories flashing before a curtain call. The meal he had just eaten sat heavy in his stomach, but heavier still was the secret in his heart. He knew that conference wasn't just a promotion. He knew eyes would be watching, waiting to see if he would slip, if he would dare say something he shouldn't. In that world, silence was survival. But Menglong was tired of silence. He had seen too much. Deals in the dark, betrayals that destroyed lives, lies built into empires. And though he was afraid, he also longed for truth. Maybe that was why his last meal mattered so much. It was the final act of a man who just wanted something pure before being consumed by a world of corruption. Later, when news of his death would break, fans would flood social media with grief, disbelief, and questions. Very few would know about the noodles, the dumplings, the quiet message to his mother. Very few would know that his last act of living wasn't on a stage, but at a small wooden table, savoring a bowl of warmth against a cold fate. And perhaps in that final meal, Menglong had already written his goodbye, not in words, but in silence, not in speeches, but in flavors that reminded him of home, of love, of a life before